hypotenuse. Obviously, that's not always going to be the case. If we look at this triangle here, we always ask ourselves this question first. In this problem, what am I trying to find? The length of a leg or the length of the hypotenuse? A leg. And this is where you have to be careful. Just about everybody can find the hypotenuse. A lot of people run into problems when we start trying to find the length of a leg. Not because it's hard, but because they set it up wrong. When we're trying to find the length of a leg, realize that we know the hypotenuse. So on the right side, it's not going to be the letter C anymore. It's going to be 37, the hypotenuse squared. How do I know we're trying to find the length of a leg? Because this side forms part of the right angle, and it's one of the shorter sides. It doesn't really matter if you make this A or B. I made it A. Just know that this is going to be on the left side. So on the left side, if you notice, we have A squared plus 12 squared, the other leg, equals the hypotenuse 37 squared. You have to be careful when you're setting this up. When you're trying to find the leg, the variable will be on the left side, along with the length of the other leg. And then you solve it like you would solve any other equation. A squared stays the same, plus what is 12 squared? 144 equals what is 37 squared. Make sure you guys are doing this in your calculators so you can practice on this. 1569? 1369. And I want everyone to make sure that they're putting these in their calculator. This will remove simple errors when you're doing this on your own, such as multiplying the number by 2 or not squaring it correctly. Put this in your calculator, this is what you should get. 12 squared is 144, 37 squared is 169. Now realize that we have to get A squared alone. So, Julio, what do? I need to get this alone, so I have to get rid of this. What's the opposite of a positive 144? No, what's the opposite of positive 144? Well, we're solving a two-step equation here. You need to get this term, the A squared, alone. So you have to get rid of this constant. How do I get rid of this? Negative. Yeah, subtract 144 from both sides. My writing's a little crooked, whatever. And you get A squared is equal to 1225. Now that I have this alone, I need to get rid of the exponent. So what do I have to do? I take the square root of both sides, and that's going to give me A is equal to 34? 35. A is equal to 35, which means the length of this leg is 35. You can also check your work here. Keep in mind that this hypotenuse must always be the largest side. Is it the largest side?
Yeah.
Yes. 12 is smaller than 37. 35 is smaller than 37. So our answer makes reasonable sense. If you got an answer like, I don't know, 85, does that make reasonable sense?
No, of course.
No, because now you're telling me that this leg is the largest side. That is a lie. So the leg here is equal to 35. Any questions on how we got that? Yes or no? What's up?
How did you find A? Like the last step. What was the last step?
I took the square root of both sides. Same thing like we did when we were finding the hypotenuse. Once you get the A squared or whatever term alone, if it's squared, it's going to be alone on one side. Something like this. You're going to end up with something like A squared equals 49. Once you get to this point, remember we're not solving for A squared, we're solving for A. So to get rid of the exponent, we take the square root. Squared, square root. If it was cubed, we take the cubic root. But this is the Pythagorean theorem. We never have to worry about cubes here. Square root, this becomes A equals what? 7. Square root of 49 is 7, because 7 times 7 equals 49.
So whatever the square root of C is?
It's not C, man. We could be solving for A, B, or C. It's whatever the square root, whatever number's left on one side of the equation. If you have just this type of variable term with an exponent of 2 on the other side of the equation, then take the root of both sides. Whatever that root is, that's your answer. Okay? All right. But don't say A, B, or C because you could be solving for different things. All right? Okay. So we have this. Boom! TV. Now, JP has a 73-inch, beautiful flat screen here that has a length of 55 inches. What is the height of the TV? If you remember from the video, Manuel, when we talk about a 73-inch flat screen, that's 73 inches, what are we talking about? The height, the length, We're talking about the diagonal. So that means that they're giving us, actually let me do this in red so it stands out more. They're giving us the length of the diagonal. They're saying that this is 73 inches. We also know the length. And we're being told that this is 55 inches. What don't we know? The height. So you have to ask yourself this question. Am I solving for the length of a leg or the length of the hypotenuse? The length of a leg. So be very careful when you set this up. Let me ask you guys a question. What side is the variable going to be on, the left or the right? The left. We're solving for a leg. It's going to be x squared. The legs are on the left, hypotenuse is on the right. You with me? X squared plus 55 squared is equal to 73 squared. I already know the hypotenuse. The hypotenuse is all alone by itself on the right side of the equation. The legs are on the left side. Okay, so now that we've set this up, we're solving for a leg, so my variable goes on the left. Remember, the legs are on the left, hypotenuse is on the right. So we'll square. 55 squared is 3,025. Equals 73 squared is going to be, hold on, I got this. I do. No, somebody else had it. Somebody else want to get this one? 53.29. Okay, so once we do this, keep in mind what you're doing. You need to get this term alone before you take the root. So to do that, get rid of the 3,025. How do I do that? I subtract it from both sides of the equation. This is not really new when you get to this part. We've done this. This is solving equations. We did this in Module 7. X squared is equal to 2,000, what is this, 325? 2,304?
Yes.
2304. Then you have to go in and you have to take the root of both sides. When you take the root of both sides, what are you going to get? 48. So x equals 48, which means the height of this TV is 48 inches. Always keep in mind when you're doing this, there's a reason I'm saying this over and over and over. Having taught this as long as I do, the most common area for mistakes is when people set up the equation. They put the variable in the wrong spot. You're solving for leg, variable's on the left. You're solving for the hypotenuse, the variable goes on the right. And then just solve it out. Make sure you take the root at the end. Questions? Questions? No. Don't forget to like the videos, leave a comment, share it with your friends, and of course, subscribe.